Hello there, this is RomWills and the lovely Miss Mocha Angel back at you with yet another smartphone. Oops, I can't do it in front of her face. Smartphone couch video. Anyway, the woman's nature as far as communication. And Auntie Mocha Angel wanted to really talk about that. She wanted to, she had some notes and everything. What did you wanted to say about that?
Okay, I wanted to talk about this because this is a huge communication problem between men and women. So a woman's nature is to talk about her feelings. Okay, now I know that's not earth-shattering to you guys. I realize that. It's like, don't stop the video.
No.
Please, let me make my point. Bottom line, because women want to talk about our feelings and men want to fix stuff.
Yeah, that's what we do.
That's exactly. See, that's my point.
That's what we do.
That's my point.
We fix stuff.
That's my point. So y'all fix stuff, and we want to talk about our feelings. Okay, so here's what happens. And has this ever happened to you? She just talking, child, talking about a girlfriend, maybe she's complaining about work, okay? Just going on and on and on, and you sitting there rolling your eyes. And then finally you say, well, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, we just say, why don't you do this or that? And, y'all ain't talking about work like that. You're probably talking about some girlfriend's problem.
Well, we talk about work, too. We talk about work.
But y'all talk more about your girlfriends.
Exactly.
We know all about that.
Exactly. And then we go, I ain't trying to fix it. Damn, just let me talk. What's the problem? And then you say,
that's what we do. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. What's the problem?
Right. Exactly.
We tired of hearing about this. We trying to watch the game.
Exactly. Okay, so thank you. All right. So
in fact, y'all be trying to talk to us while we trying to watch the game.
Isn't that awful? Isn't that the worst?
Yeah, right. we ain't dealing with that. We just trying to watch the game. We put a bet on it, everything. Or we trying to eat a ham sandwich.
Right.
Or something like that. And then y'all talking about some problem with your girlfriend.
Right.
We just like, why don't you just get another man?
Okay.
We don't even look up.
All right. So here's the deal. So this is why I'm bringing this up. So everybody understands what I'm saying. A woman's nature is to emote. We are emotional creatures. That is not a bad thing. All right. At least not to me. So we are fluid in our emotions. We move with the water and the tide. We rise and fall with the moon. That is how a woman is. That is a woman's nature. Okay? Is to talk and to talk about her feelings. That is not going to change. Period. Full stop. Just like y'all wanting to fix stuff is not going to change. Because
that's what we do. We fix things. We fix things.
Okay.
See, that's one thing. That's why y'all need us. We going to fix it. We fix things. Whether y'all like it or not. But see, whether we like it or not, y'all going to be all emotional about some stuff.
Exactly.
So, that's the thing. But see, men, we have to understand, that's their nature. That's why it's very powerful when we just sit back and listen. Even if we just got one ear while we still eating that sandwich, watching the game that we bet on. I mean, we did bet on.
Yeah,
it's the money
yes,
thing.
I know it's a money thing.
So plus that's what we do.
Exactly.
That's why we try to hide in the man cave and everything.
Because you don't want to hear it.
No, we don't want to hear it. We be trying to escape from the woman and stuff because they just going to talk.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you know how y'all do. That's why women couldn't be spies. Seriously, that's why y'all couldn't be spies. Because we'll be right there. You got to interrogate and say, tell us everything. We say, no, we're going to keep quiet. The interrogator talk to a woman, the woman going to be like, child, let me tell you. Yeah, you got some coffee? Shit, y'all tell everything.
Okay, so... But on the flip side, before I get to how you handle this, on the flip side, though, when you're going through something, when you try not to feel some kind of like powerful emotion, the woman is there to say, listen, why don't you think about it like this? You know, have you thought about it like this? Can you look at it a different way? You know, it's okay to feel, you know, it's okay to be vulnerable with the woman that you love. Okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. What?
Now you saying that, but usually if a guy's vulnerable, a lot of times they'll say, well, I'm vulnerable, I'm listening. But she still want, you know, Pookie and Ray Ray.
No, okay, wait, let's back up. I'm talking about love. I ain't talking about I'm not talking about good sex. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about love. Okay. And then that's a whole nother conversation too. I'm talking about you as a man feeling safe enough and vulnerable enough with this woman that you love, and she has proven time and time again that she loves you, that it is safe for you to be vulnerable and emotional. Okay? Because that's where trust comes in. And if you don't trust a woman, you're not going to be vulnerable with her. I don't care if we talk about your mama. I don't care if we talk about your sister. If you don't trust her, you don't feel safe, you're not going to be emotional. It's that simple.
No, okay.
But I've seen that. I've had guys tell me that.
Okay. And that's cool. That's cool. But how is this helping us to understand the woman's side of it, the nature part? That's the whole thing. We just trying to communicate once we finish the sandwich.
Okay, here's the deal. Let me just give you a real life example. All right. So one of my friends, I'm not talking about Rom, it's another guy friend that I have. So hyper masculine, loves his guns, ex-army. I'm talking like this is a tough dude. Okay, but he also has a daughter. And he's been married before, been in plenty of relationships. Okay, so he really does understand a woman's nature. So I called him one day, and I was like, "Yo, I can't even remember what the problem was." And I literally, this is the first thing I said, because I've known this dude for like over 10 years. And I said, "Look," I said, "I got a question for you." I said, "But can you do me a favor?" He's like, "Okay, yeah, what is it?" I said, "Let me be the woman and let me just like get my feelings out. Okay, I'm in my feelings about this, and then I'll ask you the question." He's like, "Cool, bet." So I did my little complaining. Like we do as a woman. He let me say everything I had to say. And then he went, "You good now?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good now." He goes, "Okay, what's your question?" Okay. And then I asked my question and he answered it. Bet. That's all you gotta do. Just all you gotta do. Even if he wasn't listening, that's okay. He let me emote. He just let me get it out. Because that's a woman's nature. Go.
So basically, we just had to let y'all do y'all thing. And it is powerful, fellas, if y'all just sit back and just listen to the woman. You know, yeah, you doing some other stuff, but just keep, you know, one ear open and let her say what she going to say.
Right, because she going to do it anyway.
Yeah, she going to do it anyway. I mean, as long as she ain't bothering you while you trying to eat. Well, maybe if she... Well, no, that's important. Well, maybe if y'all make some food for us. See, if y'all make the food right there... And we right, you know, that's very important for us.
So feed you first before I start complaining?
Yeah, and you can talk while we probably eating. Like if you had that cherry pie, and we eating it, and you talking, then we just because we have food in our mouth. We can't really say anything. So that'll work.
Okay,
that'll work. But see, that is a thing with women because that's a thing with communication because, you know, as men, we just like, oh, just do this, just do that.
Right, exactly.
But women, they want to talk. And see, that's an important thing, fellas. You want to, like, let them get out whatever they're going to get out.
Yes.
And yeah, it probably sounds silly to you, but not to them. Right. And they probably talking all this other stuff and in your mind, you thinking, just do this, you know? But see, if y'all smart, y'all ladies smart, you feed us.
Okay.
Y'all give us a plate.
Feed you first.
Yeah.
Wow. And then I can talk while you're eating the food that I made.
Yeah. Especially if it's good food.
Okay.
And we might be like, you'll say whatever. It's like, damn, this is some good ass food. You got some more. But see, that's the secret though. That's the secret.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I mean, you know. Fill our stomachs.
Okay, but then the other secret is for y'all, you don't have to be really listening because ultimately if you hear enough, you're like, okay, all she got to do is X. Okay, and then I'm just going to let her just say whatever she going to say so that she thinks that I'm really listening. because if you start interrupting, then it's like, let me get it out. Damn, I'm talking. Well, you know, just listen.
Well, fellas, I've said this several times before. Women talk more than men. I mean, and you know, it's funny. You always get a detractor say, "No, they don't talk as much." No, they don't talk to you as much, but they talk.
Yeah, we do.
Women talk.
And we talk to each other.
They talk to each other. They
Right.
talk. They want to communicate.
Right.
All you have to do is listen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
in fact, the most powerful words you could say is, "Yeah, wow."
Right,
Ooh.
exactly.
Word.
What?
Ooh.
Right, exactly.
All
Just
while
do
you
that.
still eating that ham
Right.
sandwich.
Right.
All while you still eating. See, you gotta let while you doing it. And see, and she'll think you had a great conversation. You ain't
Exactly.
said too. You ain't really said much.
Exactly.
You just like you say, and she'll be like, I can always talk to you.
Right.
And you'll be
Right.
like, okay,
Exactly.
yeah.
Thank you. There's just certain things you just roll with it. Just be
Mhm.
like, okay, this is just how she is.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And then answer the question. And then sometimes, wait, let me say this. I remember hearing this. I remember hearing this from Oprah when she had her show. When she said, when she would just talk, she'd be just like complaining about whatever, the Stedman.
Mhm.
And then he would interrupt her and just say, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And then she said, I don't want you to fix it. I just want to talk. And then he's like, then why are you telling me that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So sometimes that's the thing too. That's the
Yeah.
thing too.
yeah. Okay. And see, and that's the thing. But it might sound just basic, but really, when we're talking about a woman's nature, they really not that complicated. Just like we not. Like, I just gave some play for all the women who watch this channel. Feed him. Give him a plate. Give him a plate.
Right. And so ladies, then don't fight that. Don't do it. Why I gotta feed him? He can feed himself. He can take care of himself. I ain't gotta be doing all of that. Stop. Just time
Yeah.
out. If you just do it, life is a lot more peaceful.
Yeah, because we eat.
Exactly.
That's it. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's what I'm
Shoot.
saying. It's like, that's what I mean. And so, like, yes, I'm sure some people might think this is basic and this is common sense. Like, why are they talking about something so simple? Do y'all have parents?
Mm-hmm.
Are you married? Are you in a relationship? Are your friends in relationships? What do they complain about?
Mm-hmm. Communication.
Communication.
And
Communication.
And communication is actually like a major thing. And Miss Mocha Angel, Auntie Mocha Angel, because I always got to say the whole thing,
Thank you.
is letting you know, it's like, look, just listen. Just listen.
Thank you.
And it's not hard to do that. And she'll go back around her girlfriends and be like, he is such a good listener. And it's really his mouth was full at the time, but she don't know. She don't
And that's
know.
the
She's
thing.
cool.
But that's the thing. And as far as like guy friends are concerned, again, heterosexual guy friends, okay, because I have a gay best friend, and but it's like talking to another girl. Okay. So I'm saying it's like I'm friends with my male best friends because they listen. It's just that simple. That's why we friends.
Mm-hmm. And see, it's powerful though. It's powerful. Because even when you just meeting a lady, if you listening, she's thinking about that.
Exactly.
You're not just going and just talking away.
Right.
You letting her talk.
Right.
And you can, and at some point after she get everything out, then she can listen to what you have to say after you got everything out of your mouth, and you brush your teeth and everything. You got it all out, but that's the key.
That is the key.
That is the key. It's so basic, but a lot of guys don't understand.
No.
Do y'all feel that? Do y'all feel like guys really understand
No.
that?
No, absolutely not. I think this is the issue of the ages.
Really?
Absolutely.
You don't
Genders just communicate differently.
Yeah.
They just
So
do.
okay, so a lot of men who might have trouble out here, you feel like they're not listening to y'all?
Yes.
Oh, you even hesitate with that.
Yes, I said that, and I said that on my last video. Last time I was here, I said that. That men don't listen to women.
That y'all should just follow along and do everything. But here's the thing. She's giving y'all some game. Just listen. And I'm giving y'all some game. Or I'm giving the lady some game. Give
Right,
me some game.
exactly.
Feed us.
It's true.
Yeah, just
It's true.
a plate.
Wait a minute, because I had a husband of a friend of mine. I made. I'm sorry, it's just making me think. No, I made her a lemon cake for her birthday, for the wife's birthday. It was my friend. The last time I saw the husband, he was like, yo, you can make me that cake anytime you want to. Okay.
Yeah. Shoot, we take food from everybody. See, that's what the ladies listen. See, I getting some game now. She came on here to give some game to the men, but the ladies listening, I know some of y'all listen. Yeah, y'all getting some game too. Talking about you don't cook. Because I remember that with a cousin of mine. She was having trouble with her husband. She was having some serious trouble. And she, you know, my grandmother was like, rest her soul, but my grandmother was like, oh, what are you fixing them to eat? And she was like, food, fixing them food. And I remember saw him at another cousin's wedding, and he was like, I was like, how everything going? I'm all right. Be fixing me some food. Man.
That's right.
Hey, shoot, that's the thing. So that's the thing. That's the thing you gotta remember.
Yeah.
That's the thing you gotta remember and stuff. And it's just that basic communication, just listening. It's a powerful thing. In fact, you'll see a lot of players, they be hearing everything. Shoot, that's why I be hearing some stuff.
Yeah, you do.
Shoot, I had some consultations ladies would call just to talk.
Exactly.
They, you know, the fellas would talk to them. They want solutions right away. Ladies, they just want somebody to talk to.
Exactly.
And I'm like, you just want somebody to talk to. We could have solved this problem in 5 minutes. But if you want to pay for an hour, hey, that's cool.
That's true. It is. So again, we know it's basic, but I think sometimes you have to go back to what's simplest and what's basic and what's true. It's just some things are not going to change. We like to talk. We want you to listen. Y'all want to fix stuff. And as long as you understand that about both genders, then your communication is much smoother.
Okay, and that's all you need.
That's it.
That's all you need. All right, then. Any closing thoughts?
No, I got some other ideas, but we're going to save it for next time. Just stick with this basic concept and practice it and see how it works.
Yeah, and the beauty of it is just, yeah. Oh, wow. You don't even have to say much. You don't need any lines, don't need anything. All you have to do is just pay attention.
Basic social cues. You're listening.
Look her in the eyes.
You're right. Exactly.
You know, don't be staring at her breasts.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, you know, don't be looking at the server walking across the room.
Don't do that.
There.
Don't do that.
Just sit back and listen.
Eat your food and listen.
Yeah, just eat your food. That's the most important.
See, I'm getting it.
Yeah, as long as we got a plate in front of us, we good. Yeah, fix us some food. So anyway, that's all we got. So anyway, y'all, it's good. Well, I'll get back with y'all later. And if y'all got a problem with this one, this might not be the channel for
right,
you.
Exactly.
This is come on, man. This is just basic. I mean, come on, man. It's like, yeah, well, okay, wow. And you might not have heard a word she said, but she getting it out. In fact, you might have figured it out when she first said something. You said, okay,
oh yeah,
I'll let her get it out, then I'll solve the problem.
Right, exactly, let her get it out. And and some things, I have plenty of examples. Some things are just so basic sometimes to men. It's so clear, crystal clear, but it's like genuinely not clear to her. Like genuinely. Otherwise, she wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, we you know, that's just our nature. Men, we straight ahead. That's what we're supposed to be.
Exactly.
The ladies are supposed to be emotional. That's just their nature. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
And we just gotta let them be them. All right. So anyway, y'all, that's all I got, and we'll talk to y'all on another occasion. Peace and blessings, everyone.
Bye.